Hi, I'm Shannon and this is Plant Fuel Fitness. Today's YouTube is going to be a little bit different than our usual that we time, so like 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off. I'm going to be taking you through kind of like a morning flow stretch. You can do this in the morning when you wake up just to get your body moving, or if you want to do this as you're stretching before working out or post-workout, that would be good, or at night before going to bed. Either way, I'm going to be doing it with you and kind of like talk you through it, and it should be about 15 minutes. All right, let's get started. So we're going to be on our hands and knees, and the first movement we're going to do is a cat-cow, and we're going to do 8 of them. So you're going to inhale as you look up, and then exhale as you curl that belly button up into the spine. And then repeat. I don't want you moving fast through these. So really like pause for a second or two in each position. Move around, feel the stretch. It's not about going fast. So we're doing 8 here. This is 3. Good, halfway. This is probably one of my favorite stretches. Two more. Last one. And then after this, you're gonna go straight into a child's pose, and we're gonna transition from a child's pose into an upward dog. So you're just gonna come forward, drop those hips, nice big stretch in the front of the body, and then lift those hips right back into your child's pose. Again, just for a second or two in each position. We're doing 8 here as well. Make sure you're breathing. Halfway. We got our last 2. This is 7. And last one. 8. Perfect. Now from here, we're gonna lift those knees up and go right into a downward dog. Again, don't rush through it, kind of move around a little bit, pedal your heels. And then we're just gonna go from downward dog to plank, back and forth for 8. 1, 2. When I go in my plank, I kind of like to push my shoulder blades up, almost like that cat back. Lean forward a little bit, little wrist stretch. Halfway. 4, 5, 6. Be pushing that chest towards your thighs. 7, last one we have, and 8. Good, we're gonna bring it back to our hands and knees, and we're gonna do something called thread the needle with a twist. So you're gonna take one side at a time, and we're going to open up towards your left side, and then you're just gonna take this hand, thread it through, and we're just gonna hold this for a good 10 to 15 seconds. If you wanna make it more challenging, you can kind of bring this leg out and open up your arm. I feel like it gets me a little deeper in that stretch, right back in here. Or you could just be in this position, that's fine. Good, then you're gonna take that arm back through and open up again. And then bring it back to the ground. We're gonna do the other side, so open up towards the right. Thread that needle through. Try to get your shoulder to the ground. If you want, bring that leg out and then open up that top arm. Make sure you're breathing. So these are, I'm taking you through basically my favorite stretches to do, and I kind of like my stretches to flow. So they kind of like flow into each other. Good, bring that hand down, that knee in if you are in the more challenging pose, and then you're gonna bring that arm through, open up again towards the right, and bring it down. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go back into our downward dog for some scorpions. So you're gonna bring one leg up. We can start with our right. Scorpion, basically you're just dropping that foot over and letting your knee kind of open up and your hip open up. And then you're gonna come forward into your plank and bring that knee in. And we're gonna alternate. So then you'll bring the foot back to downward dog, other side. Big open up. This should feel really nice in your hamstrings and that inner thigh. Good, plank and knee in. We got one more on each side. We're just doing 4 total alternating, so big twist, knee in. Again, we're not moving fast through these. Last side. Big twist open, and let's bring that knee in. Good, we can come back to our hands and knees, and then we're gonna take one leg up into kind of a kneeling lunge. So let's start with our right leg. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do an easy twist. So you're gonna take your left hand to the ground, right side up. Good, then we're gonna come up and you're gonna side bend. So this is kind of like 3 moves in one. So you're gonna reach that left arm up and over towards the right side. So you should feel a nice big stretch through here. Good. Then we're gonna take that left hand and grab that left leg behind us for a quad stretch. So we're just kind of like moving through 3 different things in this kneeling lunge position. You can grab it with both hands. Kind of opens up the shoulders a little bit too. Holding it here. We're gonna do one more time on this side. So you'll drop that leg, left hand to the ground. Nice big easy twist. We come up, we side bend. Good. And then you're gonna take that left hand and grab the quad or the foot for that quad stretch. So you should feel nice big in here. Try not to arch the back. You wanna keep that pelvic tilted forward in a nice straight line. Good. All right, we're gonna go back into our downward dog. Drop again, and then bring that left side forward. So same thing, left knee is up, right knee is on the ground. We're gonna bring that right hand to the ground, big easy twist. And this should give you a nice big stretch right in through here. And then you're gonna come up, you're gonna bring that right hand over for the side bend. Again, make sure you're not holding your breath. And then grab that right foot with the right arm. Nice big quad stretch. Good, one more time on each side. We got our right hand down, left side up. Big side bend, right hand over. Try to keep your shoulder not from folding. You want to keep it open. And then grab that leg behind you. Core's engaged, pelvic tilted forward. Perfect. All right, let's bring that left side back. We're gonna go down, back into our downward dog. And then we're just gonna walk our feet forward and come forward into a forward fold. This is another one of my favorite stretches. So make sure with your forward fold, if this is a more challenging move for you or if you have tight hamstrings, make sure you're not just rounding your back and trying to get your head as kind of like close as possible. You really want to lead with your chest. So chest up, gaze forward, and then you're leading with that chest. And if this is as far as you can go before you start to round, then this is as far as you can go. Okay, so you're working towards being able to get that chest fully down to the quads. So just go as deep as feels comfortable. Perfect. Then we're gonna take those legs out just a little bit, those feet. You're gonna flare them slightly, kind of to the edge of your mat. And we're gonna go into what's called a yogi squat. So nice and deep. We're gonna do a side reach. So kind of put that right hand in on the right side or the right knee. And then nice big side bend. So you should feel a nice big stretch through here. My lower back gets so tight. So these are some of my favorite stretches. You're gonna go to the other side. And then we're gonna straighten our legs again for another hamstring stretch. And then we're just gonna go right back into that squat. For our side reach, we're gonna do this 5 times. So we're never fully standing up. Nice big forward fold. Back into that squat. You can kind of push out on your knees, get a good inner thigh stretch. Big side bend, other side. Open up that shoulder. Good. Let's get 2 more. Move at your own pace, but again, try to feel each movement, each stretch. Don't go too fast through it. And last one, big side stretch. Okay, and we straighten. All right. So now we're gonna kind of come this way on our mat, and we're gonna go into a big straddle, and we're just gonna straddle fold. So we're gonna come forward and just let it hang for a bit. You can kind of like move your hips back and forth. This gives me a nice stretch in my inner thighs. And then we're gonna go doing a Cossack. So we're just gonna go side to side here, dropping down as far as you can. If you can, keep your heel on the ground. You should feel a nice big stretch through here. And then you're just gonna bring your hips back up and alternate. We're gonna do this 6 times, so that's 2. Good. 3. Up. 4. 5. And 6. Perfect. All right, you can just take a seat from there. We have a few movements left. We're gonna be on our back for this one. We're gonna take a lying pigeon. So pigeon pose is for that glute and that outer hip. So we're gonna take our right leg, cross it over the left knee, and then just pull it in. So you can either like pull behind the left knee, and then if you can, like push out on this right knee to deepen the stretch a little bit. So we're just gonna hold that for a sec. And then we're gonna stay in this position, and we're just gonna drop into a spinal twist, but keeping this here. So if you like push out on this knee, you should feel the stretch a little bit deeper, and then try to look to the other side. If this is too much and you don't have the range and mobility, you can just bring that leg like this and just do a regular spinal twist. Perfect. Bring it to the other side. Left foot goes over the right knee. We're just gonna pull it in. I like to push out on the knee. Feels so good. This also would be good if you just work at a desk all day and you want to kind of get up and move for a few minutes. doing something like this real quick. It's probably gonna feel really good. And then we spinal twist over. Again, you can keep your feet positioned like this, or if it's easier, you can just drop both of these to the side. Perfect. All right, we're gonna sit up. We have a seated forward fold. So legs straight out in front of you. Same thing when you're doing a standing forward fold, you wanna lead with your chest, so you're not just rounding over trying to get as far as you can. Keep that chest up, that gaze forward, and then lead through that chest, and you're only going as far as you can. So if this is as far as you can go, then that's fine. If you can go deeper, then go deeper, but we're just gonna sit here for a sec. Try to flex your feet, grab your feet if you can. After being in this fold, we're gonna take it and open up with a reverse tabletop. We're gonna do 5 of these. So you're gonna bring your hands behind you. I like to have my fingers facing in, and then you're just gonna lift up. I kind of rock back and forth. Bring that butt down, and then you're just gonna repeat for 5. Again, move in it if you want. Move around, should feel good in your shoulders and your pecs and your chest. 3, 4, good, and 5. Nice strong core, big squeeze of the glutes. Let's bring it down, and then just a quick little cross body with our arms for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. All right, so hopefully you feel kind of a little bit looser. I feel like that kind of hits a little bit of everything. Those are probably some of my favorite movements. You got the upper body, the chest, legs, hips, glutes, hamstrings, quads. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time.